I'm here with Hayden Quinn, who you might recognise from Series 3 of MiNDFOOD-Meets-Hayden-Quinn2. So Hayden, thanks for coming in. It's been a few months since you left MasterChef. Can you tell us what you've been up to since leaving the show?
Yeah, it's been very busy times for me. A lot of opportunities and different sort of interested groups have approached me, and it's sort of been all about, where I want to go and how I want to move forward. And for me, it's learning more about food, and ideally the dream is just one day to be able to travel and make a television show about those travels and tie in food, culture and my love of the ocean. So that's the overall goal, but then there's book deals and appearances and work experience and iPhone apps and websites and all sorts of stuff that I've got to try and keep on top of, along with trying to be a normal person.
And you've already got a website, I've seen.
Yeah, the website went up on the night I was eliminated, and it actually crashed within the first couple of minutes. Yeah, there was 100,000 hits straight up, so yeah, it sort of couldn't handle it, but it was quickly brought back up to speed by my guys. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's a good way to connect with people that are interested in what I'm doing and share with them what I'm doing too. So it's great.
So how has life changed since appearing on the show?
It's a lot different to the old sitting down at the beach being a lifeguard and just quite relaxing. But there's a lot of new endeavours that I'm trying to chase after, and obviously you get recognised nearly everywhere you go. But it's all got a positive spin on it. Everyone's very excited about what you've been doing and where you've come from, what you've learned, and wanting to know about your experience. So it's really great.
So you're enjoying it?
Yeah, it's enjoying. The being stopped on the streets, kind of different, and you just slowly get used to it. But the other side of it, the learning, the meeting new people, the connections that I'm making are just incredible, and it's really exciting. Yeah.
Okay. So you enjoyed quite a sought-after career as a professional lifeguard before you entered the show. What made you take the MasterChef?
I had a great job, and I really enjoyed it. I was the section leader of Ringy Council Lifeguard Service, so I looked after nearly 40 lifeguards over 9 beaches. So it was a good gig, and it was something that I probably would have stayed at. But it was just, I can't sit still for too long, and I saw this application on the television, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And I love food, and I love sharing my experiences, and it just sort of fell into place. The application was successful, and then the audition was successful, and then the production team liked me, and then the judges liked me, and then it just kept going from there. So yeah, it was really cool.
So it wasn't a difficult decision to give up that?
No, it was, because I've been there for 8 years, and everyone at Ringy Council have really supported me in everything I've done, whether it be uni or MasterChef or going overseas and working. So it was tough to leave them, but I haven't fully left. I'm still employed as a casual, so I'll still be on the beach. But yeah, it's just MasterChef has presented so many new opportunities, exciting new paths to follow. So I'm excited. Yeah.
So as a lifeguard, you must have faced some life or death situations.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that helps you during the competition?
Yeah, definitely. With work, there's days where you would probably see us sitting down the beach and there's no one around, and it's quite relaxing. But then there's times where you've got 10,000 people, and every one of them is your responsibility, and it is quite full on. It is quite stressful, and you have to be able to make quick decisions and act on them. And I think it develops that skill of thinking and doing really quickly, and you need that in MasterChef, because you're just throwing a challenge instantly, or a problem occurs and you've got to think and change the way you work. So yeah, it definitely helped, and I'm actually lucky in lifeguarding. I haven't ever had to do CPR for anyone.
Oh wow.
Ever, in 8 years, so touch wood. It's very good.
Okay. Be on your beach then.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you've mentioned travel and television, so what are your goals specifically in the food industry?
I think for me, my goal, food for me is all about people and sharing. And I've been travelling in the past, and I've written about it, and I've taken photos and shared my stories about, sharing food with people and sharing adventures. And it got people excited about life and excited about travel and possibilities. And I really want to use food, because everyone loves, the food thing is just massive at the moment, and it's so exciting and so, new and, old at the same time, but it's all coming back together. And I want to get people excited about going away and learning new things and not being just stuck in their own little world. Show people that you can have adventures and get out there and do some different things, and food's a great way to do it.
Okay. So what or who is your biggest influence when it comes to cooking food?
I think it's definitely my mum. She's taught me everything I know. Well, she'll say not everything, but from a very young age I've been in the kitchen with her learning and just growing as a cook and obviously as a person. And she was a home economist by trade for a number of years. She's no longer doing that, but she still has that skill and that love of beautiful food. So I learned a lot from her, and then more recently I think living out of home and wanting to fill your body with good food, healthy food, and not necessarily getting takeaway or eating junky sort of food, and then travelling, just seeing different food cultures, seeing different people, and experiencing their stories and their food really opened my eyes to it.
Do you have a favourite cuisine?
I'm really sort of in the moment, chopping and changing with everything. If you ask me tomorrow, it'll be totally different. Usually, I really like Japanese food. And also a lot of Asian food. But then if it's a cold winter's night, you want something a bit more heartier. Your French cuisine is beautiful, but
good old English food. All
English food if you really want to feel full. But no, it's I think Japanese for me at the moment.
Okay, so you grew up in Sydney.
Yep.
And we have some great local produce of yours.
Definitely.
So what's your favourite dish to cook using local ingredients?
I think for me, going back to seafood and the Japanese spin on things, my dad's obsessed with going to the fish markets, and he like calling me up, go to the fish markets, what do you want? And I think for me, kingfish is a beautiful piece of produce you can use for so many different things. You can have it sashimi, you can cook it on the barbecue. I made some beautiful fish tacos with it the other day. You can just make a curry out of it, and for me it's going down to the fish markets with my dad or getting my dad to go and get it. But it's that's locally caught. It's beautiful stuff. So
Okay, so I was told, I've been interviewing the MasterChef in person, so I was told by Matt Bayer that you worked out up to 4 times a day if you were in the house.
It's a bit of a stretch, I think.
So
keeping
keeping fit's obviously important to you. Have you always eaten healthily as well?
Yeah, I think, for me, particularly during MasterChef, it was all about having that right balance, because we were so focused and it was such an intense process over such a long time. I really needed to keep, level and balance, and that included doing a lot of fitness, eating right, staying quite sane by talking and reading and writing, and I did, I don't know, about 4 times a day, but I would get up early and go to the gym, and we'd shoot most of the day, and then come home, and I'd have a lot of energy and want to get that out. It involved going to the gym and doing some exercise, and then following that, once you are using your body as a machine, you need to fuel it up with good food, and that's always been a passion of mine, and making sure you're putting the right things in your mouth and conscious of what you're eating.
Okay. So what's your advice for people looking to follow a healthy lifestyle?
I think it comes back to that balance again. For me, life's all about balance. Recently, I've sort of lost track of that because it's been such a whirlwind of craziness. But I like to be able to, you want time with your friends, you want time with your families, you want to be able to do your work, but then you want to be able to put that aside, and obviously you want to do your fitness, and try and get that correct balance is very important.
So looking back on your time on the show again, you faced a number of eliminations. You were very unlucky when you came to that. So how did you stay positive?
Quite a few of them. I think every team elimination except for one, and then a couple of individual ones. So
no one wanted to be on your team.
That's it. I was a bad luck charm, I think. It was tough because you do so much hard work, particularly in the team challenge. I love team sports and working as a group and communicating with people and achieving that end goal. But to work so hard and then to be like, and then the beautiful prize that the other team would win, it definitely drags you back down. But knowing the next day you've got to go and do an elimination round, you've got to pick yourself up and just know that you're here because you love food, you're here because you enjoy it, and you want to just have a bit of fun with it all. So I think there were stages there where I started to take it too seriously, and when that happened, that's when the cooking went downhill. And when you remember that you're just here to cook, it's only cooking, you're having good fun, you're doing something you love, then that's when you go right.
So putting it in perspective.
Put it in perspective, and I have a pretty positive attitude and a positive outlook on what things are going to happen. And every team challenge, I never thought we were going to lose. I thought we'd won every single one. keep positive though, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out, but you've got to stay switched on up here.
So you were in the competition for quite a long time. How did you deal with being away from your friends and family so long?
Yeah, it was. I think for me it was nearly 6 months on the dot. But you know, in my work in the past, we work over summer and then we have about 5 months off. And for the last 3 or 4 years, I've worked and then gone away. So I spend a lot of time away from home. The difference is, there was the internet communication, but it was easy for me to handle because I'd done it before in the past, overseas and a number of different places, and my family are really supportive, mum, dad, my 2 sisters. So yeah, it's hard, but we were so busy that I couldn't really realise how quick that time went. But and it was a lot easier for me as well because I don't have any children, I don't have a girlfriend. I've got my parents, but I'm a big boy now and they know I can look after myself. So yeah, it went quite easily. And the crew and the production team we're all a big family. We all spent so much time together. So there was always that, someone there to talk to. If it's not another contestant, it's the judges or the cameramen. Most of them live on the northern beaches, so we talk about surfing and joke. Oh, you missed out on the good surf on the weekend. I'm like, oh, good.
You must have missed the surfing.
Yeah, definitely. It's going from being in the water every day and having surf and just having that relaxation was hard, but. We had a pool there, so I substituted the pool for the ocean, so that was alright.
So why do you think the public is so enthralled with programs and television shows like MasterChef?
I think it's the fact that you get let into someone's life and you can see how different people approach the world and approach their lives, and people then can connect with you. And, MasterChef, it would be totally different if it was not. There wasn't that sort of personability, because the interviews, when they show those interviews, you connect with a person, or when you see us at home or doing normal things, it creates that level of connection. It's not just a cooking show. Yeah. And I think people are interested in what other people are doing, and then they invest time and energy into you, and then they want to see how well you perform after the show. So I think it's quite interesting. It's something that I've never, I'm not a massive Big Brother fan or Survivor or any of those sort of shows, but it's interesting to see how it's all put together and the response that it receives. But I think 90% of it's very positive, so it's good.
Okay, and my last question: what advice do you have for anyone that wants to make?
Oh, good luck. No, I think practice, read a lot, study a lot, get to know the basics, and have fun with it. Do whatever you love, and just run with it.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks so much
No
for your
worries.
time. It was really nice to meet you.